wonder what Chris Powell would have said at half-time.
Second half about to get underway. Charlton still work to do, of course, to get back into this game. Chrissy Powell, what I'm sure have said, aside from the opening 3 minutes of the game, it's been a very good performance. Doesn't detract from the facts that Charlton still have to work hard to get something out of this. Because Forest already shown what a capable outfit they are, and I don't just mean this evening. There's more communication issues at the back for Forest.
A good ball up from Wilson, so which Simon Church flicked on, that caused that chaos. That's the first time, that's worked.
Collins and Darlow completely sixes and sevens, and Charlton have this corner. Swung in by Callum Harriott. Comes off Church. It's come back out. It's headed back in there by Gower. Put it forward to Stevens. Again, two Charlton players deciding that they were both going for it, and then neither did.
You can see Richard Wood in his eye line there.
Swung back in there. Wood still there. And, just lets the keeper know he was in the vicinity. But Darlow safely grabs it. Pretty much started the second half as we finished the first with Charlton on the front foot. Cohen gets it back, he's kept that in. Andy Reid will take over to curl that in with his left foot, trying to take on Gower. He does, swings it over. Surely Blackstock was all over Wood there. The referee again completely ignored it. Doesn't wave play on, so I'm assuming he wouldn't have given it. Had something more sinister come of that chance.
No, he's missing a lot, this referee, isn't he? Oh, as you say, bottling it.
Wiggins, which takes on Chalabar superbly. Will he do the same for Lagarde? She does. Gets his crossover, but didn't quite wrap his foot round it like he wanted to, and it goes straight out. But more positive signs from Wiggins down the left.
Yeah, that's good stuff from Royce Wiggins. Ben Roberts is up and applauding him. Simon Church applauding Royce Wiggins. That's what we need from Royce Wiggins. Just what's been missing this season from him, getting forward and then getting an accurate and quality ball into the box. When he does that, it can cause chaos, as we've seen.
Wood comfortably gets there. Stevens will wrap his foot round it. Can Sordell tee up Church? Gets his head down. That's another firm back pass, which Darlow had to deal with, and just about did so. It was Hobbs who gave him the suicide ball, but Forrest have somehow managed to get it out. Gower it was who just missed the opportunity. Good work from Dale Stevens. Gower, can he make a slightly better contribution on this occasion? Tees up Laurie Wilson on the outside of him. Laurie Wilson, will he go round his man or just swing it in first time? He swings it in. Sordell sort of allowed that to go over him. Probably thought he wasn't going to get there. He may well have been right. Royce Wiggins aims it back across goal. Reid back there with the head up. Cousins can pick up the clearance. Gets it out here to Laurie Wilson. Into the side of Sordell. Turns his man well to Sordell. Now takes a shot. Tried to curl it into that top corner, but Darlow just about read it and managed to get his body behind it.
Quick feet from Marvin Sordell there, very good. That's the first time we've seen that in a Charlton shirt from Marvin Sordell. It's a good sign, good sign. Good support from around the stadium for the Chris Powell and the team here.
I think everybody in the stadium has witnessed the effort and the quality that Charlton are putting into this game. The scoreline doesn't reflect that one little bit. Church will jump, it doesn't win it, but Dale Stevens picks it up. He's got Lagarde in front of him, takes him on. Picks out Sordell on the edge, little tee up for Gower, and that's a last ball to Karen Harriott. Oh, he just doesn't recover Charlton's way, but now, lovely finish. This time Sordell buries the chance, given to him by Laurie Wilson. It ricocheted around in the box. It looked again like Charlton were going to miss out on the opportunity. But Marvin Sordell this time makes no mistake And Charlton are back on level terms.
And I've got to say, on the evidence of the first 45 minutes and these few minutes we've had since the start, that's no more than Charlton deserve. They've lost this game since the goal. And who knows, they can go on and get the result they desperately need here. Marvin Sordell's first goal, superb.
4 minutes into the second half, Charlton are back on level terms. It looked for all the world that the opportunity had gone. But a lovely ball across from Laurie Wilson to pick out Sordell, who this time made no mistake. And now Charlton on the front foot. Can they continue where they left off? Don't take their foot off the gas and start to draw the advantage home, which they clearly have at the moment.
Charlton fans in full cry. That's a glorious sound for a Charlton fan. Just love that.
As Wiggins picks out Dale Stevens. He's got Harriet outside of him, but that way's blocked rather, so Cousins shows willing. And Charlton retain possession. Wilson out here on the wide left if he wants him. Cousins inside. Lovely little touch to Gower. Charlton losing a bit more confidence now.
That's some gorgeous passing.
And Laurie Wilson, the recipient, and he's got space to move into. Takes on Cohen. Sort of falls over his feet a little bit, but takes on Cohen. Now he's got a crossing opportunity. Has he overdone it? No, he gets the corner. I thought for a second there he might have overcooked the ball to the right.
Yeah, he did very well there. I thought he'd overcooked it. There was an opportunity to get the early ball in, wasn't there, which he missed. But Charlton got an opportunity to put the corner in, and it's Callum Harriet.
Cross in, Morrison Sell.
I like that. That's a lovely corner.
Thundering in from behind, just doesn't quite connect. Cousins tees up Wiggins to cross it back in there. All the big guns have stayed forward for Charlton. One of them is Morrison. Gets his head there. Woods there. Keeper comes out, gets a punch. Now, can Gowan knock it back in? He can. Sordell on a brace, but doesn't quite beat the first man. Now Church gets it back in. Cleared eventually by Hobbs. And now Forrest can come away. Andy Reid. His way blocked. He had to go backwards. Charlton defending from the front superbly. Gower typifying net. And that's broken Sordell's way. Can he tee up Dale Stevens? He goes for goal! Oh, probably the wrong option. Should have teed up Dale Stevens, who was in on goal. He apologises. But another glorious opportunity for Charlton and Marvin Sordell.
Yeah, the ball into Dale Stevens onto his right foot. He'd put that in the back of the net, I would have thought. But, you know, he's got one, Marvin Sordell. He's come to life here, hasn't he? Definitely come to life. This is his best game in a Charlton shirt so far. He is definitely causing the Forest defence a few problems.
Wood has to deal with this. He gets his head there. Cousins has to do likewise. A little nudge in the back, I thought there, and Forest are going to get a corner out of that. It's the shot from Mackie cannoned off Wood, but Cousins. Thought Cousins had a little nudge in the back there before it got to him, but the referee doesn't seem to see these. Certainly hasn't most of this afternoon.
No, he hasn't, has he? This evening even.
Charlton organising themselves. They certainly won't want to go behind after getting back on level terms. Swung in by Reid. Dangerous corner. Oh, Wood with just enough on that to see it out, but only at the expense of another corner. This time on the other side.
Ben Hamer's not happy.
Ball swung in from Reid.
Ben Hamer's not happy. He's chatting to the referee. I think he was complaining about a player in front of him, but he looks like he's unimpeded at the moment.
Then the ball swung in. Dangerous ball. It's an important touch again, this time from Church, as Forest have their third corner in quick succession. And it'll be another dangerous left-footed, whipped-in corner from Andy Reid. The thing about the referee here, he's not giving himself any opportunity to see what's going on.
Well, he stood, yeah. His positioning was actually awful. There was about a gaggle of about 8 or 9 players right in front of him, and he didn't adjust his position so he could see what was going on.
And again, I think he's bottled that, because certainly it was Lansbury heading into the penalty area.
We've got a change.
Lots of bodies flying around, and the referee just waved it away.
Matt Derbyshire's coming off.
And it's Simon Cox who's coming in.
Simon Cox impressed me quite a lot last year up at Nottingham. He had a decent game and caused Charlton a few problems. I think Derbyshire's been largely ineffective, but I think that's down to Charlton defending solidly. And he's coming over to the left-hand side.
Laurie Wilson, a different man to take care of. Chalabar's coming off, which a little surprising.
Good.
Chalabar's off.
I didn't see, did the ball not work there? Because I didn't see who came on, did you?
I'm just about to find that out. It looks like it's
Dan
Harding. Dan Harding it is who makes way, who comes on rather for Chalabar.
Well, Billy Davis has had his go of the dice to try and stop.
A defensive approach actually when you think about it.
It is, I mean, is he settling for a point?
Going back to 4-4-2 perhaps. They've been... Good lovely ball through and Harriet's broken the offside track. Can he get there? He can. Surely.
Well, unfortunately, it was the wrong side for the referee's assistant to see it and the referee to see it, I think. But I think that probably was, yeah. Definitely looked like a handball to me.
Should have been a lot more.
And there's an independent adjudicator to our right who seems to be saying handball.
But
yeah, handball.
Broke the offside trap, wrapped his foot round it. And a handball not given. So Charlton have the corner. Can they still punish Forrest from this? Once again,
which a good shirt is being pulled there.
Honestly, it is just unbelievable.
Well, it's no surprise.
And this is for both sides, by the way.
Yeah, it is for both sides, yeah.
I'm sure Lansbury was manhandled in the penalty area as well. They just don't do it. It's just scarily frustrating.
Well, Andy Hughes is an extended warm-up over there, as usual.
I don't think he's stopped since kick-off, to be honest. Harding, the substitute, takes the ball off his keeper. Feeds it up to the other substitute, Cox, who's trying to take on Laurie Wilson. And how that isn't a Forest throw, I'm not entirely sure.
Up. Surprise, surprise. Now,
spreads the plate. Ball into Stevens.
That's good ball.
Good work from Gower to stretch the play.
Beautiful.
Sees Laurie Wilson behind him. Tees up his right back who gets his cross in. Marvin Sordell will jump, so will Church who gets his... sorry, not Church, it's Dale Stevens. Does get his head down. But Dale Stevens has certainly come alive in this game.
He's having a game. That was a gorgeous ball out to Mark Gower. Mark Gower just cushioned header back for Wilson. Maybe Wilson hit it low and in first time, see what happens.
Again, Wood gets there first. Dale Stevens doesn't on this occasion, but is supported by Cousins. Harriet does well to jump, but it's going to fall Forest's way. And that ball knocked forward. Look at a run of both Blackstock and Mackey, but
well covered.
Morrison's over in the cover.
The defence has looked good. I'm not going to say it. Sorry, I'm not going to say it because I don't want to. Yeah.
Certainly, with the changes, Charlton have got to be alive to a slightly different approach from the visitors. So that ball's now swung in, or I should say swung out actually, as Cox is going to have to do well to retrieve this, but he does. And that's Wilson does really well to cannon that off Cox. Yeah. Good defending by Laurie Wilson. It so easily could have gone the wrong way and it fell into Cox's path.
The real classy player and danger man, as far as I'm concerned, in this game for Forest, as we've not mentioned. And I'm sorry, I'm not going to mention his name because I don't want to jinx it, but you know what I mean.
Been largely quiet after his first 2 minutes, which inflicted the damage. Long may that continue as Church beaten to the ball by Hobbs. That ball forward shouldn't trouble Charlton, although shouldn't and don't tend to always be the same thing. There's Wood. Watching forward, look at the Church. That's come off Hobbs again. Charlton look for a handball. Again, it's not given. Church forcing Hobbs into the corner. It gives Charlton some decent territorial advantage here.
You're on this big on this rugby territorial advantage tonight, aren't you?
Well, I think it's. I do think actually it's a bit of a game plan that Charlton, when you know, when you haven't got an option, just go for positional and put pressure on the other team further up there into their corners. Because if you haven't got anything to do, it's better that than lose the ball in midfield and surrender possession.
I do like Jordan Cousins as a player. When he gets the ball, he's looking around, and he's looking around. And look, he's even telling Morrison where to go. You put yourself there. So
future captain material, you think?
Yeah. Oh, without a shadow of a doubt. Without a shadow of a doubt.
Sprayed ball looking for Dale Stephens. This time picked off by Licage, but Forest can only put it into touch as Charlton maintain the pressure.
But not just yet. Let him learn his game first, and you know.
Oh, good Lord, yes.
He's got a long, long career ahead of him, and a good career, I would say. He looks such a prospect. One of many coming through the squad here at Charlton.
We spoke to Jason Yawley, under 21 coach, earlier, and he's as much as he's loving the fact there's a lot of his charges are making the first team squad, his own team is having to suffer at the hands of that. But I should imagine that's the proper way it should be. As Forest trying to get the ball out. Collins knocks it clear, but Forest having to come back to try and find space. It's good work actually from Cox. Forest on the front foot. Cox goes for the return. Cousins follows him all the way. Good defending from Jordan
Cousins.
Well done. His job superbly well at the expense of a corner, but it could have been a lot worse.
He was alive to what was going on there. Used his brain, got himself in the right position to stop the ball coming in. Good work from Jordan Cousins.
Andy Reid will swing this out with his left foot. Charlton have to deal with that. Here's Wood again who gets there, but Forest still have it. Harding tees up Reid. His easy cross is blocked off, and well, he just manages to keep it in, Cohen, but only at the expense of a throw-in.
Yeah, Laurie Wilson did very well there to just shield the ball from the Forest players. Let it go out for a throw-in.
Too much distance between Laurie Wilson and the Charlton team at the minute, I would suspect. But he's going to go long with it.
He's got it there, look.
Decent distance, and Church headers it on. Callum Harriott sort of wins that header, and it's fallen to Sordell. And Dale Stephens can't run for this. Don't bother. Too late. He was trying to tell Callum Harriott that he couldn't run for it, and Callum Harriott was just going into the centre of the penalty area to try and get on the end of a cross that was never coming in because Dale Stephens was offside. Again,
yeah.
Ivan Sordell just delaying that pass forward a little too long.
He did delay
splitting hairs a little bit, I know, but just those fractions of a second make the difference.
This is a top effort from the Charlton players tonight.
Morrison,
very good effort.
Pushing the back now that he got away with. And Dale Stephens gets one likewise that Cohen got away with. Who's moved into a more central position now, Cohen, the captain. As Forest switched to this 4-4-2 formation to try and match up with Charlton.
We've got a man over here on the left, which Sordell's now alive to.
And actually, Forest have got 3 men forward on this occasion. Although Laurie Wilson couldn't leave it. He couldn't afford to leave it because I think he was quite sure where Hamer was, and that ball's come off Gower.
He had to deal with that, Laurie Wilson, because Ben Hamer was too far away. I think he was waiting for a call that never came.
Then everybody, I think, thought that Michael Morrison was going to deal with the first one, and that's good work from Callum Harriott.
Well done.
To get in front of Harding to stop him getting a cleaner strike on that. Great work. Surely that's a free kick.
Well, it's an obstruction, I think, isn't it? Well, good win by Dale. Oh, come on, referee. He won that ball fair and squarely with the head. And
Chrissy Powell is making the point to the fourth official. Why is that not a free kick when the player ran in front of Ben Hamer and we didn't get an advantage from it? Forest have it. Cohen in midfield. Has to go backwards to Hobbs. And his centre-half partner, Collins, trying to pick a way through. But Morrison reads that as Cox does the dummy. Laurie Wilson facing forward now and have to knock this long. Comes off Cox.
On the territory there, isn't he?
Taking a bit of a whack in the process. Well, he went to shape to hit it the first time, but there was nobody deep into the corners, so he chose to hang on. And he's got a reward of a throw-in. Gower offers himself short, so Wilson can get it back to his skipper for the day, Michael Morrison.
Laurie Wilson's still struggling with that knock from a moment ago. He's just stretching it.
Cousins takes over. Good
Feeling it
1-2
rather
with
gingerly.
Gower. It's almost a lovely touch from Stevens to set up Harriet. The fans applauding the style of football Charlton are using. Now Sordell will put pressure on Harding. Carries on going Harding, so Sordell's got to follow him. Wilson does well to hold Cox's progress. And likewise, Gower with Andy Reid. Ball chipped forward. Morrison gets there first at the expense of a throw-in, and Harding takes it quickly. Tries to tee up Blackstock. Morrison's in patrol, but finds Cox. Retrieves up Andy Reid, who in this occasion his left foot is completely off kilter, and Charlton will be extremely happy about that.
It's a good chance for Reid there, and he got himself into a great position, and he's rather sliced it slightly, and it's gone off to his left. Totally opposite direction that he wanted it to go, so a bit of a let off for Charlton there, and that's the first time he's really broken free of the shackles, isn't it?
That's the first attempt on goal I think Forest have had in the second half. As Church will jump, so Hobbs gets there first.
Pushing the back. Hold on, which way is this going? You can't tell with this referee, I've got to say. It's gone to Charlton's way, thankfully.
Going to be swung in by Gower. Although Wiggins is also there, maybe with the left foot. He's taken over Wiggins. This one's mine. Charlton have Morrison and Woods. Though nobody behind Woods. I'd like to see somebody behind. So Charlton jumping in. That person in behind is Morrison, who's gone into that direction. Stevens was shaping to overhead kick there. Now can he make it? And ball! Everybody shouts. I can't see it from here. The players were obstructing my view, but there was nothing really happening from the Charlton players. But certainly from behind in the covered in, there were plenty of shouts.
Space.
Now Harriet, space to move into, moves it onto his right, crossed in. Again Morrison claiming that he was manhandled to the floor, and again the referee waves it away.
That ball was curled in with by Callum Harriet, and Richard Wood was within a millimetre of getting a foot onto that and turning it back in. Charlton with a glorious bit of possession here, really putting Nottingham Forest under the cosh. Some very good football, something we haven't seen from Charlton since the Leicester game.
I think this is certainly a performance up there with the Leicester one, if not better actually.
Yep.
Considering the opposition, I'm not saying that Leicester really particularly worse, but Forest are...
and we've got about 23.5 minutes to go, so still time for both teams. That's the important thing, still time.
Jordan Cousins closes the space down, and Wiggins gets his head down, claims it come off the back of it, Jamie Mackey, but the assistant over there having none of that. And quick throw in, looking for Andy Reid. That looked like it came off his arm as well, but again, referee ignores the protests. And now Forest take it down the left-hand side. Cox steps inside. He's going to let a right foot shot go, and that's always a dangerous one to look at, because that clearance from Morrison could have gone anywhere, as is the one with Wilson. He's got Harding in front of him. Has to be careful there, Laurie Wilson. And equally careful there from Jamie Mackey.
Back heel,
Ben Hamer, who saw that as a possibility and stayed at his near post. He quite easily could have followed the ball there and left that gap. But I think Harding went to the floor a little bit too easily there.
Yeah, I think Laurie Wilson might have pointed that out to him, because Dan Harding's just had a word with him. And Simon Church has just, I think he may have hurt something in leaping there. He's hobbling.
Yeah, he's moving away bad.
Right ankle, I think.
No, it's his knee. I think he's. Well, it's difficult to say which part he's actually holding, because Laurie Wilson takes over. Slid in by Cohen. And,
let's keep an eye on Church.
Church trying to run this off.
It's another change for Forest. The final toss of the dice coming on the far side. It's Joe Piggott and Jordan Cook.
It will be number 23.
Dexter
Blackstock who makes way, and I think it's Darius Henderson who's coming on.
Big, powerful striker. I think we might see a few balls up in the air for Darius.
Charlton fans will know him from his time at Millwall, bustling and physical centre forward.
I'm sure he'll get the suitable reception.
Chris Powell just passing instructions across to Wood and Morrison and Wiggins. Charlton throw, as Simon Church seems to have shrugged off the little twist that he got in that last challenge. Rory Wilson looks downfield, looks for Church. Doesn't get there as Collins beats him to the header.
Hughes is being readied.
Does look like Charlton are about to make their first change. Not quite yet. As Rory Wilson looks downfield. Marvin Sordell is inside, and so is Jordan Cousins. Rory Wilson under pressure, giving the ball away as a result, but it's well watched by Dale Stevens.
He's had a good game.
And now Gower in space, got space to move into if he wanted to, but instead he chose to ping it immediately to Sordell. Maybe better served to have taken the ball forward a couple of strides. There's a little man hug between Hughes and Chrissy Powell. He knows what he's going to get from Andy Hughes.
Mr. Dependable. I mean, quite a few fans were hoping to see that Hughes start one of these games because that experience in the heart of the midfield. I mean, you got Mark Gower, you said that, but you know that sort of attitude that Andy Hughes brings to a team.
Difficult to see who's going to make way actually, because unless
Gower possibly.
Unless Charlton are going to go back to a 4-5-1.
Oh no, I hope not. I think that would be a mistake. I think they'll go for the win here because they've got it in them to beat this Nottingham Forest team. They've been quite disappointing.
Henderson's chest control lets him down slightly, but he recovers. And now Lansbury gives it back to the substitute. And now Reid on the left-hand side. He's got Harding outside him if he wants to use him. Henderson making his way forward rather than making a deliberate attempt to be in play. Reid picks out Cox. Henderson stays deep. Feeds Harding. He's got a crossing opportunity, but it's blocked by Wilson. Charlton doing well to block the crossing, but Reid's still got one in there, and that's an important flick from Wood as Henderson was lurking.
He's been very good today, Wood. Dan Harding was trying to get down to his left foot, and Charlton, with their positioning, were just not allowing it and saying, if you're going to pass it, it goes with your right.
I think Church may well make way here. I wonder if he's going to make way for Hughes because Church doesn't look mobile at all. And it's an option to put Callum Harriott up front, of course.
We'll see. I hope it's yeah.
Cox is in space. Trying a little 1-2 with Andy Reid, but Andy Reid shapes to his left foot, dinks the ball back in there. Ben Hamer saw that coming, and he doesn't want to release Church because he knows he's got a knock. And I'd be tempted to put this straight out of play if I was Ben Hamer.
Well,
get the substitution made.
As far done it, and I think that's the signal. Get it out of play. Yeah, Simon Church has gone down. Yeah, territorially, that's not good.
Simon Church does go to the ground, and this may, if it wasn't the substitution that was going to be made beforehand, it may have affected Chris Powell's thinking here. And I'm wondering if Andy Hughes might actually...
Andy Hughes is still coming on.
Yeah, you'll have a job stopping him now, I think. No, the Gower it is who's coming off.
That's one experienced pro for another. I think he's done well today, Mark Gower. No frills, just done the job that's asked of him. But yeah, Andy Hughes, good man to bring on this situation. And let's see what happens with Simon Church. Cameron Stewart's warming up on the right hand side, and I think possibly Joe Piggott might be getting ready to.
Both got Piggott and it looks like Piggott and Stewart are both stripped off and ready. Oh no, I beg your pardon, there's Gower going back off.
That's Gower going back off, but I think I can see.
Piggott.
No, he's putting his tracksuit top back on. So no, it's not him.
Maybe the news is that Church has recovered from that twist with the
magic sponge.
Aid of some magic from Errol.
Magic sponge. They work a wonder.
Certainly no hint of a substitution just at the minute. It's going to be a throw in halfway inside the Charlton half and see if Nottingham Forest give this back to Ben Hamer or not, or do they throw it off for the goal kick, as seems to be the...
Andy Hughes, since he's not stopped running up and down, jogging on the spot, getting himself ready.
Fair play to Forest there.
Yeah, well done there, Forest.
To Ben Hamer.
Church is back on.
Still not looking totally mobile, but
yeah,
hope he can run that off.
I don't know if they'll risk it, do you? As the game progresses. See what Chris Powell's mindset is if he does decide to make a change. If he does take him off, you know, who's he going to bring on?
Dale Stevens trying to shield that out, and just didn't have enough legs on it, and the pressure put on him by what looked like it can't have been Henderson, so it actually was Cohen in midfield.
15 minutes.
Ricocheted off Dale Stevens, and Forrest had the throw. Now they spring forward. Can Ben Hamer get there and get to the edge of the box? Dear. I wasn't at all nervous at that point.
No. It's like he got to the line and just thought about reaching out and grabbing it.
Go gadget arm stuck out.
There was a lot of things to worry about there. Was he going to come out of his area? Was his momentum going to take him out as he tried to grab the ball? Was he going to get to the ball? Sordell, well
played Sordell. Will he take a shot? He does. It's going to cause some trouble for Darlow, but just the wrong side of the upright. And I think Darlow had it covered. But
Sordell's looked a different player tonight for me.
Certainly in the second half. The first half there was a couple of skied opportunities, but certainly maybe a chat at half time from the coaches.
Maybe an arm around his shoulder.
You're in the positions. Don't worry about it. You're getting in them positions. One will come, and it certainly did.
It's the key thing, getting those positions.
It looked like a nudge in the back there.
I'd like this referee to miss it.
And missed, and it could fall Church's way. Although Mikaj is back there, and Church again.
Church is struggling with that ankle.
Struggling.
Surely.
I think I can see a substitute happening at some point.
Yeah, I think sooner rather than later. I think he's definitely he took to the bench. Errol's asking him how he's doing.
I think he's okay when he's just running straight. It's when he tries to turn or when he gets a knock on it. It's only going to make matters worse, you think? But
it would, wouldn't it?
Long throw, looking for Sordell. Bypasses him. Cameron Harriott does well to shield the ball, and he's brought the foul, which has shocked just about everybody in the ground, I think.
Well, knock me down with a feather. He's made a decision, and I think Chris Powell's just put his thumbs up with the fourth official. We'll say about time.
It's going to be Dale Stevens on this occasion.
I tell you what, I'll take you back to a night in October. Similar position last year, 45 yards out. He scored against Cardiff.
I think this one is going towards Andy Hughes at the back, scuffs it back across. Woods, Morrison tries to tee up Cousins.
Jordan Cousins, he didn't get that at all right, did he? Any power, any venom on that, and it's in. And I think Joe Piggott's being ready. I think Simon Church's rates his run for the evening. Piggott's being warmed up. It'll do him the world of good after the disappointment of the Millwall game. He'll want to come on and prove a point, and Simon Church is now down on the edge of the Forest box. I think just needs someone to put the ball out, and he's get the ball out. I've had enough.
Instead, Marvin Sordell tries to tee him up. And the ball comes back in, Andy Hughes deals with it. And again, it'll be Ben Hamer who'll put this ball out of play.
Again, he's not gone for territory.
I think the Forest fans will be saying, why didn't you just take him off the first time?
Yeah, and Errol's coming on, and
I think this is just to
patch him up and get him off.
Put a band-aid on there.
Yep.
I think it's his knee actually rather than his ankle, the way he's holding it there. Just twisted his knee on the landing in an aerial battle with Hobbs, and he's had a few of those this evening. Put in a good shift though, Simon Church as ever.
I like Simon Church as a player. As you said, touching the Nelsons about him. No, it's not that he's got one arm and a wonky eye. Not the Lord Nelson, of course, Gary Nelson.
I don't know, after the battle he's had today with both Hobbs and Collins, he may well have.
But Joe Piggott comes on. Beat the Piggott Eagles score. Player that impressed us a lot last year with the under-21s.
Absolutely.
The development squad, a real good talent, and difficult game against Millwall. It's a chance for him to put that behind him in a good solid 10, 15 minutes, 12 minutes or so.
Well, he's got rave reviews, quite rightly so, because we've seen the talent that's there in the youth setup and the under-21s, and he's going for the head now, just beaten to it by Hobbs. But Woods can bring it forward. Little touch for Wiggins. Tries to take on Cohen. Surely he was blocked off there. Good lord.
No. It's the referee. Come on, he's not going to give that.
And that's a poor header from Morrison. Tees up Henderson. Charlton might get away with this.
Well done, Andy Hughes.
Well played, Andy Hughes. Now Cousins can bring it forward. Feeds Piggott, and they know each other well from the academy and under-21 level. Those two. That's a lovely run from Wilson. Gives Sordell some room.
No, not a handball.
We're never going to get that after some of the obvious ones that haven't been given.
I don't think it touched his hand anyway.
Morrison will look to cross-field this towards Piggott and Sordell. Easy meet really for Hobbs.
Clever ball, Star.
Lovely ball out to Wiggins. First time cross, ricochet. That's a corner.
Dale Stephens delayed and waited till the man was in the right position, then made that pass. Such a good player. When he's on form, when he's confident, when he's happy, comfortable, then he does it well. He's had a very good game tonight. It's difficult to fault anyone tonight, within reason.
Ball swung in, looking for Morrison and Church.
Oh!
He got Piggott. Now Cousins, can he finish?
Oh!
The post! Still in there. Dale Stephens goes back, feeds Cousins again. This time, not this time. Marvin Sordell with a back flick. Doesn't come off. Hughes is in there. Free kick at least. Piggott! Oh! Ricocheted. It's not going in for Charlton. Will it go now, Stephens? Oh, Charlton are doing everything but score.
And that's, I mean, they are really having a good go at this tonight, and the fans are responding. After the last two games, the game against Millwall and the game against Burnley on Saturday, this is precisely the sort of performance the players needed and the fans needed.
Absolutely. How close can you come without scoring? Cousins in that melee, smacking the ball against the post. Andy Hughes positions himself superbly in front of Henderson to stop him getting in anything on that. And Harriott, can he pick it up? He does well. Super work from Callum Harriott. Goes on a run now. Takes on Mackie. Back inside. Upended by Mackie. I didn't think he was, but that puts up. That actually takes care of the previous free kicks we didn't get.
I think Laurie Wilson's still struggling a little bit there, you know. Stretching, but I think he wants to. Chris Powell's urging the players to stay back. Wiggins and Wilson staying back. Andy Hughes being told to get in there, and look, Charlton are going for this. Normally there's 2 men back, because Forest there's 11 men behind the ball.
Andy Hughes making himself in the box. Can he score his first goal for the club?
I'd love it.
Certainly making himself known in there as it swung in.
Poor delivery.
Too easy for Mackie actually, that one. That's Lansbury, I beg your pardon, who got that clear.
Poor delivery. Needed to be. But
he knew it was Dale Stephens as soon as it left his foot.
Yeah, you can see the frustration. It's a throw now, which I think Wiggins has got. He's got Hughes deep.
Looking for runners.
And someone needs to make a run. There's plenty of space there. Make that move. There we go.
Now, that's a good run from Sordell into the corner. Tried to tee it back up to Sordell, but more of a clearance than a tee up, but it's still Charlton's. As Andy Hughes picks out Laurie Wilson. Cousins is inside of him, but he chips it back across. Piggott jumps. Sorry, not Piggott. Morrison jumps. Now Callum Harriott blazes it over. Got his foot underneath it and his head up, and that was heading. The only place that was heading was the top of the covered end.
Yeah,
good work from Morrison, who stayed up there.
Yeah, he's leaned back into that, hasn't he? If he'd got his head over the ball, technically that would have really given the keeper something to do. And I tell you, when Charlton are attacking, it tells you a lot about Forest's mindset. There are 11 men behind the ball. Billy Davies is berating his subs over there in the touch. He's not happy at all. I wouldn't want to be in the dressing room if it stays the same score, or better still, Charlton get one, nick a goal.
Wiggins skies his attempted clearance, and Charlton could suffer from that. Wilson's got to make this, and he does. He's sort of gone back into the danger area, however, and that's good work from Stephens. Now Andy Hughes will complete the job, gets it up to Piggott. Lovely little ball back to Wilson. Looks for Harriott, but it's over the top of him. Morrison's going to be penalised for that, I'm afraid.
Yeah, that was clear as a bell. He led with the right arm, the left arm, pushed Henderson down. And
Henderson's too cute for that.
He's too cute, and he's gone down, and yeah, that was fair enough. Right in front of the referee, could see that one. Very nice of the Forest fans, just fans to be singing "Come On You Reds" on our left-hand side. I'll approve of that. That's good.
Quickly taken by Reid out to Cohen, who's got a glorious crossing opportunity, but he's blown it a little bit, and that was a little bit theatrical. Going to the floor by Henderson, and it's taken a block from Wiggins for the corner. We know what Henderson does. We remember him from his Millwall days. He's not slow at hitting the floor. When he feels a touch, obviously.
Obviously, yeah. I don't like that. You hear forwards and players say, if I feel a touch, I'll go down. I don't agree with that at all. It's not my cup of tea at all.
Well, it's a free kick, corner kick rather, taken by swung in again. had to get his foot there, and it's cannoning around again the penalty area. Charlton happy really to see that go for another corner.
Yeah, Jordan Cousins stuck his right foot out there and steered it wide for the corner, and Andy Reid comes across in front of the scoreboard to take that.
Reid this time will swing it out. Chipped in, there's a free header in now. Oh, it's a good important touch from Wood. He's in there again. Henderson swinging a foot. Nobody seems to know where that is, but the combination of Morrison, and I think it was Wilson who eventually got that clear. No call for Andy Hughes. He had to deal with it. And
I think it's Richard Wood, isn't it?
Wood, sorry.
He's saying no one's called, and he's had to deal with that because he didn't know if there was anyone around him or behind him, and he's had to try and put it out for a throw-in. Had someone called him, he could have let that go out for a goal kick because he had plenty of time and space. He wasn't aware.
It's going to be a long throw. Swung in there. Wood has to deal with it, but it falls to Cohen. Super block from Jordan Cousins. My word, what an effort that was.
I tell you what, that could be a game-saving effort. Game-saving effort there. Full length, saw the danger as the ball was. It was Darius Henderson was setting himself up for a shot there, and Jordan Cousins, superb stuff. Bit of pressure from Forest now.
Grown in stature in this game as Jordan Cousins. Wood with the header down. Dale Stevens will clear. Again, slightly skied, but can Piggott make the most of it? Surely, if Morrison's was a foul, and so was that. Andy Reid comes back in, this time on his right, but he swings it with his left because his right foot's for standing on.
And nothing else. Dorian De Viet's warming up quite a lot on the right-hand side. I hope it doesn't signal 4-5-1 or 5-4-1 or something. Stick with this formation. There's a chance of getting a win here.
Yeah, I don't want to see us retreat even further back.
No, that's just encouraging the defenders to drop back and inviting pressure. So stay as it is, keep the kick and get the ball up the other end and keep them busy.
Callum Herrick just can't get to the rebound. And Forest a little bit of tails up in the last couple of minutes. They've shown more in 2 minutes than most of the rest of the 43 as we enter the last 3 minutes of the second half. And Lecage manages to keep it in. He'll attack Wiggins. He blocks his way, super defending from Wiggins. Got the block in the cross. Although Dale Stevens, hearty mouth time, but he gets away with it. Cousins now trying to tee up the run of Callum Harriott. Just a little touch, and the keeper has to deal with this.
I think there was enough on him on that ball for him not to have to touch that.
Piggott does well. The referee allows play to continue. It looked like a foul on Piggott, but Charlton have it, and maybe that's the reason. Hughes does well. Not under pressure from Andy Reid. Ben Hamer will clear. It's going to be frantic stuff, you feel, in the last couple of minutes. Good work from Piggott. Sordell didn't quite read that. As Forest just start to sniff a possibility they might sneak this. And Charlton, with all the effort they put in, maybe just sitting back a touch. Which you can sort of understand with the recent results and the effort they put in here this evening. As Harding gets forward, well spotted by Morrison. Now Cousins, can he set Charlton going? Dale Stevens will look to do the same. He's got Harriott on the right here, and Wilson overlapping. Good work from Harriott just to maintain possession. Forest back in numbers now, and that's not what the doctor ordered from.
A little bit careless.
Dale Stevens, he's been excellent this evening. Could have done without the little unnecessary flick, which given possession away. And now Mackie in space, as is Cohen and Reid here on the left. Charlton need to close down as Harding makes space down the left-hand side. Morrison has to deal with it, and suddenly, since the substitutions, Forest have got a bit more space down this left-hand side. And it'll be another corner. Forest have had plenty in this half without coming to fruition. Charlton will hope that continues.
There are people leaving. What? I can see people leaving around the stadium, both ends. Weird.
And across, another important header from Wood. Reid will get back on this, and Charlton need to close him down. Swings it back across, although this is harmless. Callum Harriott can bring it away. Can Charlton set an attack of their own as we enter the last minute of normal time? Sordell will pick it up. Has he got the pace to get round Lecage? He hasn't, but he's put enough pressure on. So Wiggins takes over. Piggott's in the middle. Didn't reach him. Didn't have enough on him. I've got to say that was a foul on the cards all day, every day by Sordell.
Yeah, and the Forest players are complaining, but if that ball could have got to Piggott, I would have backed him, and here we come, Dorian DeVeet. I don't like this. Unless Laurie Wilson's struggling a lot. I don't know, let's see.
Is it a like-for-like sub? It's a throw-in, actually. I thought it might have been a corner, but it's a throw-in. Charlton are going to make the sub. Just a matter of time before. Well, Laurie Wilson's going forward, so it can't be him. It's Callum Harriott who's going to make way. You can only assume it's a mixture of tactical and the amount of effort Callum Harriott has put in.
He's had a decent game tonight, Callum Harriott. The young
doesn't have to be a defensive substitution because
Laurie
Wilson can go forward.
4 minutes. Dear me. Well, DeVeet's on the edge of the box.
Swung in there. Morrison's in there, causing trouble. It'll come back out to Wiggins. No, he lets it go over the corner. And Charlton have this opportunity with 4 minutes to go. Morrison's at the far post. Oh! Headed man! Screaming out for a header, and he used his foot.
Oh. Michael Morrison.
Why on earth didn't he head that, Pete?
I've no idea, mate. Not sure.
I thought it was all the world set up for him just to duck his head, and it was a goal.
Well, this tells you all about Nottingham Forest's evening. The goalkeeper is taking his time. He wants to run the clock down. They're happy with the draw now, which is a tribute to the way Charlton have played this evening. I think they've been... I'm not going to... Yeah, let's not get... There's still time to go.
Dale Stevens gets there first, and...
Well, now he blows up.
Jamie Mackey judged to have been fouled out, and now all of a sudden Forest are on the hurry up.
Yeah. They got a sniff of a delivery, a ball into the box, haven't they?
It will be Andy Reid to do so. Charlton holding a line. Well, I much prefer them to defend the line personally, but they're holding it as long as they're careful. Swung in by Andy Reid. He's
well done, Joe Piggott.
Joe Piggott provides it. Charlton stream out, but
defending a bit too deep for my liking.
Henderson will jump, gets his head down. It'll fall to Cohen. Wilson's on the floor. Does he get back up? He does, but he dives in. And that's sloppy work from Forest, and Charlton can come away with it. Andy Hughes. Piggott retains possession well. Feeds Andy Hughes. Marvin Sordell's up in front. Cousins further ahead. That's got to be a foul, and it is.
And Andy Hughes.
Harding obviously doesn't know Andy Hughes very well.
No, he doesn't.
That's all I can assume.
Well, I think he does, which is why he's walking away. It's a chance for a good quality ball in from Dale Stevens.
2 minutes left on the clock. Is this Charlton's last opportunity to gain all 3 points this evening?
This is good. Fans making a noise behind the team. Can Dale Stevens deliver a ball?
Dale Stevens taking his time, waiting for the whistle. Swings it in. Too far for Morrison. Comes off of Wood. DeVeet, sorry, he had no idea where that was. Little touch at the back post. I think that was looked like Hobbs actually. He might have touched it onto Dorian DeVeet's legs.
This Pale's trying to make a point to his defenders. Yeah, DeVeet's definitely playing in a defensive midfield role. Jordan Cousins has come out onto the right, hasn't he, a little bit? It's a 4-4-2, which is...
I think DeVeet's playing a tad more midfield, so I don't think they're not playing 5 at the back, Charlton. DeVeet's holding that midfield line. To Laurie Wilson, important touch as Reid tried to dummy it. And now all Reid can do is play it out.
He's had a tough, frustrating night. He got that goal. I think to Ben Hamer's error. Dorian and Andy Hughes.
It smacks it into Andy Hughes, and Charlton are on the back foot. But again, Andy Reid trying to ping it down the line. Morrison will see that out in a slightly unusual fashion, you've got to say.
Yeah.
Sort of.
I've not seen that one in a coaching manual.
Went down on his knees to protect the ball and make sure it goes out of play. Charlton.
It's like a Johnny Jackson celebration, wasn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
That. Yeah. To get his body in front, in the way of the ball to stop the Forest. Well, listen, at the 2 minutes
may well be the last moments of the game. And there is the whistle. And after a disastrous start to the game, when Andy Reid swung across in, found its way into the top corner. Since that moment, Charlton dominated this game. It took Charlton until the 49th minute, however, to get back on level terms with Marvin Sordell, who impressed at least in the second half, after skying a couple of opportunities in the first. Who got Charlton back on level terms, but it doesn't tell the story of the game. Charlton with several opportunities in the first half, notably from Dale Stephens, Marvin Sordell and Simon Church. And in the second, the ball ricocheted around the penalty area on several occasions. Jordan Cousins smacking the ball against the upright. And Charlton, after successive defeats, will come away from this match at the Valley with their heads held high. A superb performance against one of the form and best sides in the division. The crowd appreciate it. And Charlton back on the points trail here at the Valley as it's finished. Charlton Athletic 1, Nottingham Forest 1.